Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm back again. I'm sorry I keep disappearing. Things have been a little bit crazy as usual. The book launch is just so exciting. The book is pretty much done. A few tweaks to the cover, fighting with typesetting and fun things like that at the moment, but I'm really excited for you to see it. It's really good. I'll tell you a little bit more about it later in the week. And if you're in the newsletter, you're going to be getting some exciting news about how you can get a hold of an advanced copy. So, today is April 1st, April Fool's Day, and I was going to play an April Fool on you. I was going to say something crazy, but I thought probably you spend enough of your time on April Fool's Day just trying to work out what's real and what's not. And actually, it gave me a really crazy thought, because we spend this day going through the newspapers, going through listening to the news and the radio, and trying to listen for what's not true. And most of the things that are not true are actually really funny things or really exciting things that are just not possible. Believe it or not, some companies like Google and things actually test out their wildest ideas to see if they'd be feasible by making them an April Fool. And if it gets a good response, then they'll look into seriously funding it. If it's scientifically feasible. Anyway, a little aside there, but it did make me think about how we think about life. Why is it only on this one day a year that we critically look at what information we're reading at and think about whether it's true or not? We should be doing that all the time, particularly in this age of fake news. And personally, I do always take any information that I get. It's part of being a scientist. I do take any information from news or anything, with a pinch of salt, because anything that goes through a human being has opinion, inherently put in it. It's very difficult, even as a scientist, to perform an experiment and interpret the results without some level of bias. You want the experiment to work. You're trying to prove something, so you're looking for something. Now, the good thing about science is you have to go through a number of tests, and you have to prove, beyond reasonable doubt that this is correct. You have to show evidence, and you have to convince peers. So it's not just your opinion. But in today's social media and exciting world of instant news, it's so easy to get caught up in stories that are not true. And particularly negative ones. I think we spend more time these days listening to negative news than positive. So on this April Fool's Day, obviously you're going to be looking for the fake news and having a laugh at some of it. But I want you to learn a lesson, and I want you to every day be looking for what's maybe someone's opinion rather than fact, and what's your interpretation of that news. But also look for the happy, the funny news in the day. A lot of newspapers and a lot of news websites now have a little special, also in the news section. And have a look at that, because some of the best and most heartwarming stories are there, rather than in the main news. And so start trying to be more creative in filtering what it is that you look for, so that you're not caught in any unexpected April Fools. Or anything that's not an April Fool, but people are trying to fool you with. Alright, so have a great rest of the day, happy Monday. Enjoy the day for those of you that are off and enjoying a long weekend. Happy Easter for those of you that celebrate the Easter holiday, and please, I hope you're not all feeling too sick from too many Easter eggs. But enjoy, and I'll speak to you again later this week. Take care.